I don't know. I kind of want to like record so I can look at it at home. So this is where I get confused a little bit from like, where do I go from next?
Okay, so this is packed wrong. I don't know. This is how you found it?
Yeah, this is how I found it.
This is something we've been working on in class, and I'm getting frustrated because it's always packed wrong. So let me start you off on the right pack. That way you're not confused. And look at, this is off. That should not be off. This is, we've talked about this. You haven't been in class with a couple, but this has been a point of emphasis, which is why I'm a little frustrated. It's not you, because it came like that to you. It shouldn't be, okay? So the way it's gonna come to you is the filter, and this is called the donut, is gonna be on the bottom. Follow focus is gonna go on top. Matte box goes on top of there. That's how that should be packed every single time. Your monitor should be just chilling right here. And then this is your ultralight that you can build the monitor with. Okay? So what do you want to put on first? A battery? You already got a battery.
Yeah, I put this one on first.
I wouldn't do that one first. So what you want to do is your rods and then the follow focus, because that's this. And then I'd put the matte box on last. That's the one thing I would not do next.
Okay, I know this goes here.
Yep.
And I made sure I put the bubble, well, it's not really in the middle. It was at first, I don't know. But I know you said you wanted us to have it in the middle.
Yep.
And I put it on the right side.
Yeah. Right or left, either one.
Oh, now I gotta make sure
it lines up to the gears. Now you got the camera on the tripod backwards though.
What is it?
Your bubble's on the other side, so it should be, because where's your side handle? Grab your handle out of the...
Oh yeah, I didn't grab it.
Yep. And
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And you can tell it's backwards because your handle's gonna go here, so you're pointing at yourself, so you just gotta flip.
Oh, so I gotta take this off.
Yeah, so basically this is gonna come off.
Okay, so take this out.
Where is, hold on a second, where is your lock here? Yeah, it's going to be difficult to...
I'm gonna take this off.
Ooh.
It's right here.
That was in the way, yep. Okay, now go ahead and press that. There you go. Okay. You want to make sure...
screwdriver.
Yeah, you want to make sure that's nice and tight on there too. You've only got one of the screws tight.
And I have to screw both of them.
Both should be in. Do you have a screwdriver?
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Oh, it's up here. You left it on top. I got it. So you want to make sure that both of these are screwed in. So I'm going to loosen this one. And you also, the other thing you got to pay attention to is you know how it says lens with an arrow? That has to go the same direction of the lens, otherwise it won't go on the tripod properly. So this 1/4-20 goes in the front, and then the bigger screw can go in the back or the middle, wherever you want to put it. And I always start it with just a couple turns, like 1, 2, and then a couple turns, 1, 2, couple turns, 1, 2, until it's seated all the way. Okay? But having that second screw is important, so that way it doesn't get loose, fall off, anything like that. All right? Cool. Okay, now that we got that on, okay, did you get the side handle on?
It goes on that side.
This side, usually, if you're right-handed, and it's gonna face this way. Nope, it's gonna go on like that.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I'm turning this slow.
And then this can slide right on from back to the front there. Okay. And we heard the click, so we know what's on.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go ahead and put those on. Okay. That's how you want that to look every time. Okay.
We're in the front now. Okay, I had it back.
Okay. While you're working on that, I'm going to start just packing a few things. If you have a question, I'm right here. Okay.
It's something off about this panel, well, whatever this card, this turn.
What's up?
It's loose.
What's loose?
What is this called again?
Follow focus?
File focus, yeah. So I'm putting it right here.
Well, you gotta tighten it. So,
Yeah, and that's what I did.
so this knob here tightens to hold and grip onto your 15mm rods.
Mhm.
This red one underneath,
Oh, it's not measured right.
well, this red one underneath, if you loosen it, you can slide, line it up, and then tighten it down.
Mhm. Okay.
And now it'll stay. So practice that, okay? And you always want to have the lens cap off when you're doing this stuff. And then when you have cases like this on top, you always want to latch one of the latches at least, because if somebody picks this up without it latched, all that's going to go flying, okay?
Okay. And then you said I can put on this.
Then the matte box.
The
Yep,
matte box.
that's the matte box. And that's just loosen these two blue on the bottom. Just loosen both of those, one or two couple turns.
Cool.
Yep. And then that should just slide right on. Those 15 mils. You might have to loosen a little more, maybe 3 or 4. There you go, that's plenty loose. That's plenty loose. And sometimes it sticks, but nope, you should be able to push.
Oh, like
There
that.
you go, so you kind of push from the bottom. There you go, that looks nice. And then you're gonna tighten those blue knobs down so they're nice and tight.
Okay.
And nothing's gonna slide off.
Okay.
Okay? Now, this is cool. When you're working with this camera, it's a swing way. So you can pull up on the lever, and it allows you to swap a lens, play with your file focus, you know what I mean? You can adjust things. And then when you want it back to shoot, you pull up, and it swings back, okay? And now you're ready to shoot, okay? Now you need a media card. Do you have a media card?
Oh,
You're gonna
that's
have
what
to
I
do
was
that.
looking for that I didn't find.
That's in the blue case. So typically when we build the cameras, we don't like stacking like this. What I like to do, if you remember from week 1, I like to lay these out right next to my camera in a nice straight line. It's all nice and orderly arranged.
Okay.
And work out of them so you can get into each and every case. But you should have a Pelican little guy in there.
This?
Nope. A Pelican case. Yep, there's your media cards right there. Okay.
You know what? I picked this up and it was so light I thought nothing was in it. So
It's
I
in
was
there.
Like, it's not nothing in here.
And then that's gonna go on the side with the arrows, okay? Oh, well, there we go.
Man, you got way too much stuff here, buddy.
That's my old one.
And you're supposed to tell me you can never have too much.
I've got a new Ronin too, and no, I can never have too much. So, yeah.
I've never seen it.
This is the original Ronin 1. It's aging. It's 12 years old, I'd say, at this point.
You may have seen that.
Put a lot of miles.
It's even the motor's like, I think this camera top lid's too heavy for it, because it's buzzing at me, but there, it's on. So, if you wanted to just try it, pick it up, go ahead and just.
You never used the C100, did you?
I didn't, we ran out of time.
Sorry.
I just didn't get to it, so.
And you're done with it? Have I got the media card?
Media card is not back, I don't, that's up front.
This is so weird. So let me turn it this
Here's the
way.
media card.
Okay. So after, what's next?
Okay. So once you have the matte box, the file focus, battery, media card, we can go ahead and, if you want, we can power the camera up. But we're missing one more thing that's in that kit, the other monitor, right?
Oh,
We have that
this-
second
oh.
monitor with the ultralight system.
It was in the bag.
Yep, monitor is right here. You set it over there. And then we're going to use this ultralight system. What?
You're floating.
I know. They won't replace them though.
What?
They don't make them anymore. So it's a backup unit, but I'm gonna have to throw them out. Yeah, recycle them.
Burn until they don't work anymore. I would put them in a drone, but.
Yeah, it's.
Our money's worth, man.
I found 2 batteries at ProCam. Remember that, Jared?
Yep.
I had 2 batteries at ProCam that were sitting on a shelf used, and he gave them to me for like $100, and those 2 are not swollen. But 2 of mine got really bad because I used the hell out of them, dude. Like, I used that thing every day for a few years there where I was just putting miles on it. So,
And they don't last forever.
no.
Well, but also right out of the gate,
Excuse
though,
me.
Yes.
some of them are not the same.
So I put this right here, right?
Nope. This one goes on the bottom of the monitor. This one is going to go on the camera. So you can either put it here, here. I wouldn't put it here because it's going to block this monitor. So I'd either go here or here with it. You can start with that, and it just spins right in, just like a regular screw.
So I put it here.
Yeah. And then this one is going to go on the bottom of the monitor, right here. Okay. And that just screws in. See how you have the 1/4-20 here? That's just going to screw in right on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and start that. I'll be with you in 1 second to help.
Can you tell me your name again?
My name's Patrick.
I called you Richard earlier.
Richard's the writing instructor. I'm Patrick.
Right, I was calling you Richard, and I was
No.
wondering why you wasn't responding to me.
No, Patrick. Patrick.
Patrick, okay.
This is my new toy I got. Found it used. Guy tried it once. He's a wedding videographer, and said it freaked him out. He couldn't figure it out. It never worked right, and he didn't trust it on a wedding. The case is right there. It had plastic wrap on everything. I think he turned it on 1 time. Everything was brand new. I bought an extra battery grip, so I have 2, $350. It's like a $1,200 gimbal, and he bought all the small rig add-ons and like support items and everything. I got it for $350. It literally was brand new, and I thought, well, maybe the battery shot if you never used it. They take a charge, they hold the charge, like everything was perfect on it. You can tell, like, there's not even a spec on this stuff. Like, so yeah, I got a $1,200 plus the small rig and all the add-ons. It's like probably like $1,600, and I got it for $350. Yeah. So that was a steal, right?
Yeah, a lot more dumb people buy stuff and then sell this for 60% off.
I couldn't believe it. Like, there's part of me that's like, was it stolen maybe or something? But then I checked out the guy's website, and he does weddings, and so I think it was just he bought it up here, and he didn't like it, and it scared him, and thought it was unreliable, and man, that one's easier to balance than these. That thing's like 2 minutes I can have it, you know. So, yeah.
I was supposed to.
So you're still teaching what? Advanced cinematography or?
No, PL3, which kind of in a way has some elements in it, like color space and.
I don't know.
Which I'm glad you're getting into, because I don't, and I specifically.
I don't know, guys, because I haven't.
I hit it hard,
Yeah.
and I showed them individually where all the settings are at. So if you want to show them again, just to reiterate, they know to go to like the project settings, like where they can view which color space on the right clips for me. And this year, because Andy didn't come in, I tried to learn more on DaVinci, and I showed them how to do transcodes, so if they want to make like proxies, and I showed them, we shot some clips, brought them in, and I showed them how to control LUTs, and how to like, you can turn them on and off, and we filmed a couple clips with the LUTs on, and then I go, hey, check this out. And I went to that project settings and said, don't show it as shot with camera metadata. I go, click this button, and it'll default right back to I-52, and the LUT goes away, and they're like, that's cool, because like, it doesn't bake in. And we made a custom LUT in DaVinci and put it on one of the cameras in black and white. And then when we recorded in black and white, I brought it in and go, guys, check this out. Clicked it, and it went full color. And so they understand what it is.
And I'm glad we're having that synergy, because I touch on it,
Yeah.
get my feet wet, and then you show them how to.
So they played around with it.
I put this on, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. So that's here, that's here. Now it's like connects, right? Like these 2 things just connect together. And this is why we have a first and second AC. And on the exam, it's going to be a first and second AC working together. this goes here,
Okay, that.
and that end,
Mhm.
yep, it always goes between the spring,
Okay.
and then this end, where do you think it goes? Right there.
On top of
On
it.
top, and then all you do, tighten it down. And it's on.
Mhm.
And then if you want, because the follow focus is here, I'm gonna hand this to you for 1 second. Because the follow focus is here, what we can do is loosen this. Let me loosen this a little bit. And spin our monitor so that our first AC can see it.
Mhm.
Okay? That's when we build these cameras, you're always building with like, where do I want to pull focus from? Where do I want the
And this go
monitors to
right
be?
here, right?
No, that goes in the D-tap. So this is called a D-tap or a P-tap, but you see why it's a D-tap? Because it looks like a capital D with its shape. The D-tap port right here, or power tap, P-tap, is right on the top. So what you do is you got to make sure where that curved edge is, that needs to line up where the curve is. So there's a flat side and a curved side. If you push hard enough and force it, it can go in the wrong way. So you got to really look at the top, and then that's just going to clip right into the top there. And now you're going to have power on your monitor.
Okay. And then
That can go back in if
this
you don't
is
want it.
extra.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Okay.
then what's, okay, so. this
So
is
now we need that. So now we have the monitor, right? We have power to the monitor,
Yeah.
but we need to get picture to the monitor.
Okay.
And just like at home, do you play any video games at all?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, well, if you were DVD player, Blu-ray player,
No.
anything like that?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Well, basically what we have to do is we have to get a picture to the screen, right? So we have to plug out of the camera into the monitor, okay? So on the back here, do you see how you have two SDI inputs?
Yeah.
Right? One's an input, one's an output. So we're coming out of the camera into our monitor. And we're gonna do this right here. This is called SDI cable. It's HD SDI. So this HD SDI is going to plug into the HD SDI port, and you're going to rotate to the right, and it clicks in.
Yeah.
And you're going to do the same thing. We're going out of the camera in to our monitor, so that's going to go into the in. There you go, and it's going to turn. Nope. So what you want to do is just gently turn to the right until you feel that, and you see how it kind of seated down, and then turn more to the right. Try it again. You just got to feel it. There's a little notch that
You hold
sticks
this?
up. Yes.
I'm sorry, I just wanted,
Well, that's okay.
like, so I'm turning to the right.
Nope. It should just gently go on. So keep rotating. Rotate, rotate, rotate. You got to find it. There you go.
Oh, okay, I see.
And now turn even more to the right, and it's going to lock. Feel
Okay,
that?
so let me try it again.
Yep. It's the same on every camera in the world, the HD SDI. It goes on and off the same
Sorry,
way.
hold on.
That's okay. Get used to it. There you go. Now rotate this piece. There.
So did it?
Farther up,
I
not the
didn't
back
hear it
piece. Well, because you're rotating the wrong spot. This is just a 90 degree. Rotate it here where those grooves are. Now rotate it. Feel the click?
Okay.
Okay. There you go. To power this on, power button's right here. Let's go ahead and press power.
Okay.
Okay. And that should give us picture. We're gonna go ahead and reset this camera. So one of the first things I show everybody is the camera reset. So you go to settings, okay, maintenance, restore system, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit this reset defaults. And it's gonna say, are you sure? It's gonna reboot itself, so you just hit yes. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna reset all the cameras. And we were doing time-lapse photography. So we had this thing in crazy shooting modes. We had it in time-lapse mode at 1 frame per second, doing all kinds of crazy things. So when we hit that camera reset, this should come back up at ISO 800 and be ready to go. So, and with all our settings back to normal. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the camera back on, which you know, it's the power button over here. So go ahead and hit that, okay? And now it's gonna sound like a jet engine taking off, like a plane taking off. It's gonna go really loud with the fans in a second. That's just part of it when you do a reset. It's normal, you don't have to worry about it, okay? So like 3, 2, 1, it's gonna go, there it is. Normal, okay? And it takes, on the reset, it takes longer for the camera to boot the first time. But once this boots up, and also when you power the camera, it turns the monitor off. So you have to, that DTAP runs off of the camera and the battery here. So you gotta turn your external monitor back on anytime you turn the camera off. Okay? So this is gonna come back on and we're gonna get picture here in about 3 seconds. And all those goofy settings should be cleared. And now we're back at 24 frames, ISO 800, 1/48th a second, 5600 white balance. It defaults right back to the default settings.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing, are you hanging around for a while, or what?
I'm gonna help her for a little bit, and then I'm gonna probably pack and head it because Joe, I'm gonna pick him up after school and take him to that.
Okay, I'm gonna probably go to get something to eat then.
Okay.
I'm gonna put these two guys away.
Okay. If you have an extra cart still, I'd love to use it. If you got one laying in the tank.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
Okay, and then what do I need to know far as this when we do a test Wednesday?
You have to know what this is, the 2398. What's 2398?
Is that the iOS? No, that's the iOS. Is that like the
This is your frames per second, so your frame rate.
mm-hmm.
ISO is your sensitivity to light. So if I make this higher, it gets brighter.
Mm-hmm.
If I make this lower number, it gets darker, right? So that's our sensitivity. ISO 800 is our native ISO. That's where we want to leave it. It gives you the best image capture. You have to know what this 1/48th is. We talked about that today.
Yeah.
That's our shutter,
Yeah.
okay? So that's our shutter speed. And this 5600, do you know what that is?
That's the
5600K. Stands for Kelvin.
Is that like how far is oh my god.
Nope, that's our white balance.
Okay.
Okay, that's our white balance, our color temp. So 5600 would be outdoors under sunlight, 3200 would be tungsten based light sources, but that's 5600 is our white balance. The 6K 2:1, 6K is our resolution, 2:1 is our aspect ratio there. So when you shoot 6K full frame, it's a little bit different, but it's almost a 2:1. But that's the full frame native size of the sensor. 6K 2:1 is going to crop ever so slightly and give you a slightly different view space, but it's in a 2:1 aspect ratio. The 6K WS stands for widescreen. So that's going to give you a 2:4:1. You see how it got more narrow, wider?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a widescreen. And then the 6K HD here is they call it HD because it's like it's HD television, and it's the same aspect ratio as like a 16:9 monitor. So it's 6K HD like HD television. So when you're ever in the HD mode, you're in 16:9 native aspect ratio.
It's a 150.
Okay.
Where was it?
It's, Kurt was using it, so, I mean, it was.
Where was it?
It's
We don't
his
know that it's
version.
it, though. We don't know that
It's his
it's it.
version of it. He said, go ahead and use it.
Okay.
Let's see, I think that might be it,
Cool.
I guess.
This 8:1 is our compression, which is another word for quality.
I
Okay.
have a feeling.
The other thing you have to know for this is you have to be able to play back a clip. So if you record a clip, right, you can hit record up here, on the side, on the
Oh,
other
this
side.
button right here.
Yeah, any of them. There's 3 red buttons. So if you cut, if you wanted to play this back, we can hit play, which is down in the lower left corner, and then just tap the play button here, and it'll play your clip back for you. To get back to live view, we hit the play button again. It exits out and gets us a live view of the screen. Okay? You have to be able to format the media. So you go to Format, Media, and right here you can change if you want it to be A cam, B cam, C cam. So let's say I want it to be B camera and we want it to be roll 1. If I hit Format, it's going to go ahead and format the clip. And why was it say down here? B001, C001. That means B camera, roll 1, clip 1. Okay? That's the big main stuff. So the factory reset, there is black shade calibration, but that's a whole big topic. So, you go settings, maintenance, you're going to lose the camera. It's going to turn off in 20 seconds. The battery's going to die. And then you go into calibrate, sensor, and that's where your black shade calibration settings are. Okay, but we talk about that as like, as a camera assistant, you have to know what it does. But I am gonna have to leave for today. So if you want to stay after Wednesday, I can help you more with it Wednesday. Does that work for you?
Okay.